In this video, I'm going to show you, yes you, my beloved viewers, how to land the easiest non-phone work-from-home jobs in 2023. The community lead at Ethereum Foundation. And watch this video until the end because I am going to show you how to access, absolutely for free without paying me a dime, the marketing materials that you will use to land jobs such as these. In other words, the cover letter template and the resume template that you can use to go ahead and structure your own resume and your own marketing materials, so you will be able to do anything that you want to do and be whoever you want to be in your life. The Ethereum Foundation is a global nonprofit organization dedicated to supporting Ethereum and related technologies. In the event that you do not know, you better ask somebody. Ethereum is the second most held cryptocurrency on the planet, in the solar system, in the universe, in the multiverse, right behind Bitcoin. It's a platform, a blockchain platform on which other blockchain projects are built. Here is the criteria for this position. First, read about the Ethereum organization. The team is a small collaborative team building various web projects at the EF. Our sustained focus is on ethereum.org. Learn more about ethereum.org's mission. And you run up on the mission. Explain Ethereum to anyone new to the technology. Help new users get started with ETH and Ethereum. Help new developers to start building. Cover updates in the Ethereum world. Showcase resources created by the community. Bring Ethereum education to as many languages as possible. In a nutshell, that is exactly what you are going to do. But how do you spread it? Via word of mouth. What do you need to do? You start to develop and nurture communities online, which is exactly what the job description is requiring of all potential candidates. If you look down, the core responsibilities include, but are not limited to, inspiring contribution in our open source community across multiple platforms and projects, whether it's ethereum.org, the GitHub repo, crowd and translation program, Twitter, Discord, of course, running our community calls. Work with Ethereum's wider community to facilitate collaboration. So you have to be active on social networks in order to nurture the community that is behind Ethereum. You start to gather feedback. You'll start to see all of the qualifications as we continue to read. Now, as we continue to read and you start to view the words that are coming out of my mouth that I am reading, start to take note because you want to incorporate words or other words and phrases synonymous to these words in your resume, in your marketing materials. Why do I call them marketing materials? Because landing a job is simply closing another sale. That's it. However, you only have to close one sale, which is why I've always said, if you start a small business, you'll be way ahead of the competition. Whether you're applying for grants or loans, you always have the leading benefit. It's one of the talents that our great Lord has given to you, bless you in this country. So go ahead and do it. There are tax savings because you can go ahead and write off expenses and all kinds of things. If you own real estate and that becomes your business revenue source, you have all kinds of ways. You can write off losses, all types of benefits of starting a small business beyond the scope of this video right here. But you don't have to start an LLC. You can simply just start your side hustle and get working. And I'm going to tell you how that's going to benefit you, how you can land a job like this very easily and basically hedge every activity, every minute that you put into making yourself into what you want to be. Set and execute growth metrics for community happiness and engagement. In other words, they want the ideal candidate to be able to set metrics, key performance indicators. Okay, by February 1st, I will have attracted and secured an additional 10,000 subscribers to our new subreddit that is focused on Ethereum's new projects. You are nurturing these communities. You are using these social platforms. Now, that's why it's so key, because let me just explain to you exactly how I have made myself autonomous, and we're going to discuss decentralized autonomous organizations, the communities that drive the adoption of these blockchain projects. When you are able to become an efficient community manager, I'm a community manager on this platform right here, this channel. You are viewers of this channel. I have built this platform to the point that I have funded $2 million in PPP grants to small business owners across the country, help fund tens of millions of dollars in economic injury disaster loans. Those of you that have been with me from the jump know how I have opened lines of communication with the U.S. Senate Committee on Small Business and Entrepreneurship, with the SBA, how we've obtained mainstream press to ensure that our initiatives had been pushed through, worked together with other tubers on this platform to be able to get you the funding you required throughout the pandemic. That's why when all of my clients, they decided to shut down their budgets, what did I do? I had the ability to build communities, and I went ahead and built this YouTube channel, started focusing on doing my own, on working with you, on working on us to make ourselves as best as we can. It has saved my soul, and I want it to do the same for you. So you could say, I could do whatever I want to do, because even if you want to outsource this stuff, you'll have all kinds of time to do whatever it is, to go anywhere you want on this planet and perhaps elsewhere. Maybe you could purchase that flight from here to the moon once it's available for civilians, instead of just going into orbit. Set and execute growth metrics for community happiness and engagement. You can become a player of green significant others, just like your man Captain Kirk. Surface insights and distill community feedback to improve our products. Don't worry if you don't get all of this as yet, because I'm going to give you the resources, as I always do, through our spreadsheet that lists links to information resources and application portals, to grants and other resources to start your business, work from home now, surface insights and distill community feedback. You should have a product mindset and always look for opportunities to improve the content on ethereum.org and the UX in our web application. So you have to first know about this thing, and you have to learn how to build a community. How do you do that, you may ask? I have found a resource that I have listed on our spreadsheet on the most powerful tab on the spreadsheet, which is the free education tab, or actually put it on the work from home education tab. This Meta Community Manager course right here. It's absolutely for free. Right here, like 15 minutes, define and establish a community, develop community strategies and processes, make strategic content decisions for a community. If you have no idea how to do this stuff, learn it, because even if you do not land this particular thing, start to develop these skills, because this is the foundation upon which you will learn how to market. Marketing being the process of selling something. That's it. Sales through a system. That's all marketing is. Again, going back to the root foundation that I have been advocating since we dropped the Grants for Everyone videos for all of you that have been watching me since 2020. And I told you to go ahead and start a small business. You don't have to even set up an LLC to do it. But if you want to do it, it only costs like a little over $100. If you want to start to set up your structure, that's one way to do it. But we're going to get into all kinds of ways for you to structure. The important thing is for you to start to sell something, because that way you will enjoy tax savings. Even if you work a job such as this, that you can position yourself remotely, you want a small business, because then you can start to expense certain things. You can start to use dedicated space in your house and write off that space, the expenses of that space, all kinds of benefits for starting a small business. No reason not to, even if you want to be a work from home job employee. Now, here's the application right here. It's on lever.co, and I've included that link right on our spreadsheet on the work from home tab right here, crypto list. You can go ahead and apply for that. Now, where's that marketing material that you talked about? This is it right here, and I'll show you how to go ahead and access that shortly. First, I want to show you another article right here by a friend of mine. His name is Michael Stelzner. He had me write on his platform some time ago, back in 2010, discussing what the new Dig means for your business. How I was always teaching people how to use Dig to drive tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands to millions of unique visitors to their platforms and build hundreds of links pointing back so they can enjoy more search traffic and thus more people that will browse their products and purchase their products. So I wrote about that. I also wrote about Michael Stelzner's business model, how an online magazine is being built into $1 million business. He made like $1 million off a virtual conference that he launched by building a community through this magazine. So this is one way for you to build a community right here. So he has an article. This guy, he breaks things down into the most basic form. So it'll be very easy for you to comprehend, and you can go ahead and read this material. I've included this on our spreadsheet on the WFH tab, so you can go ahead and learn how to build a decentralized community. And I have this article. The beauty about this is that it's not like a customer service position where there are millions of people that qualify for it, because it only requires the smallest level of education, of experience. These are things I've always lived by, the philosophy ever since I started being successful in what I've done financially, to do the hard work to make the sale easy. Pay attention to that. Do the hard work to make the sale easy. You will put effort towards learning what it is you have to do, cutting off the Netflix time, the binge watching, or whatever it is that you're doing that's not contributing towards your development, towards your enhancement, towards your objective of becoming whoever you want to be. You dedicate that time to becoming who you are. Do that hard work. Quote, hard work, because once you start doing it time and time again, you get your brain acclimated. Just like Eminem said, bully my mind to do what I want it to do. That's what you have to do, and you'll start to feel pleasure from it. Just like when I stopped drinking dairy milk and I forced myself to drink almond milk. I didn't like almond milk at the onset, but my brain got so used to it that now I prefer almond milk. I can't even stand dairy milk anymore. Same respect. Once you start to learn whatever it is that you want to do first, just because if you're not going to learn how to be a pilot, you're not going to do so without having some flight hours of training. So it's the same thing. You want to do something highly technical. You want to perform a job that pays well over 6 figures, multiple jobs that pay well over 6 figures. There are people that are working multiple remote jobs making millions. Yes, millions, because they're able to automate these processes, educating themselves. Always educate yourself, enhance yourself. Knowledge is power. It's cliche. Sounds cliche. Nonetheless, it is absolutely true. And many of these resources are available absolutely for free. We are in the digital age. There is no excuse for you not to have these resources at your disposal. It's right here. How to DAO with people, not just protocols. Now, let's go back to the description real quick. They are going to want you to interact with DAOs, these decentralized autonomous organizations. These are basically communities that stand behind and support decentralized platforms such as Ethereum and all of these tokens and blockchain projects that are built on the Ethereum protocol. It's basically like a framework on which all these blockchain projects and cryptocurrencies are built. Our content is kept up to date throughout a body of experts that our team has built relationships over time. We'll look to you to identify synergies and engage with potential collaborators, from individual contributors to large organizations or DAO. Okay? You're positive, enthusiastic, welcoming, patient, and full of good vibes. Stick with me. You have an ownership mentality. When you take on a task, you get it done. You proactively troubleshoot problems blocking your path and the problems blocking the path of others. You do that by, whenever it is that you are stuck, you ensure that you find the information. You find other ways in order to resolve that issue. Okay, that's the way you win. You enjoy teaching as much as you enjoy learning. What did I say? You love to help. You get a sense of satisfaction out of seeing other people get excited about Ethereum. You're comfortable pitching in to get the job done. You're knowledgeable about Ethereum and its ecosystem. You have to learn about it, and the information is freely available. The reason that I'd like as many people as possible that watch this video to go ahead and apply for these types of jobs in the Web3 space, meaning cryptocurrency, blockchain, is because this is brand spanking right now. Just like when I got into internet marketing back in the early 2000s, there weren't many internet marketers out there. So as you start to learn more about these technologies, these cutting edge technologies, you separate yourself from the pack. You will be putting yourselves in positions where you can teach this stuff among a number of people that know anything about what you are talking about. Okay, you could take this to a local chamber of commerce, to the local workforce, and tell them, listen, I want to teach people how they can stake their investments so they can generate passive income using cryptocurrencies, using Ethereum. That's how you nurture a community, and you could do it on your own behalf, because I could simply tell you, go become a moderator on Reddit, because that's one of the qualifications, actually, that you've become a moderator somewhere, that you've nurtured a community, right? So, see, look, track record of building communities. You ran a Discord. You were a moderator on Reddit. My kids run Discords on the topic, so they qualify for this thing. They're 15 and 12. You ran a meetup, managed an open source project, etc. Look, a meetup. A meetup could be, as I said before, holding a workshop over at a Chamber of Commerce. Now, you could start to talk about Ethereum. You could start to talk about Cardano. You could start to talk about these different blockchain projects. But for you to nurture a community, to make it sustainable, where you're generating revenue, just like I am discussing what I am discussing today. When I talked about economic injury disaster loans and PPP and all of these financial instruments and tools that you could use to help save and feed your families, to ultimately save this country or any mission that you support, I talked about what I knew, what I was enduring, what I am going through, what I was going through. And I shared my experiences, I shared my wins, I told you how I communicated with people, where I made mistakes, where I was frustrated. You cried with me, you said, all right, let's do this in this fashion. Some of you told me how you were successful in performing what I was doing, or how you were unsuccessful, and then we corrected and we continue to move forward, and we have this community right here. Now, you can do the same thing. Just go ahead and jump on YouTube, start a YouTube channel. The beauty about YouTube is that there are so many streams of income into which you can tap. Once you get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, YouTube will pay you for the revenue per CPM that they are generating. So there are basically, CPM is just the cost per 1,000 impressions. So advertisers pay a certain amount of money for 1,000 people that view their ads right here. So you have to get the attention. How do you get the attention? Take a look at the YouTube creators page right here. Everything you need to create on YouTube. I've showed you this multiple times. It's on our spreadsheet on the free education tab right here. So you just perform a query for YouTube and you will find the creators link right here. YouTube Creator Academy, grow your channel with free online courses. This is all for free right here. You can go in here and you can learn how to build your channel. You can start to discuss anything in which you are interested. If it's not crypto, anything, because that's the beauty about web marketing, about building communities, that it has a utility that is applicable across any niche, any idea. If you have a political cause that you want to support, just like we had our political cause to ensure that the economic injury disaster loan got out to as many people as possible. I told you how I contacted my politicians and how you could do the same to have them inquire into your economic injury disaster loan, how I was successful in doing so. A number of you did the same thing. How to not deal with so many online banks. Told you about the platform that I use, the financial institution that I used in order to get my paycheck protection program. Shared all this information. Start to share the information that you find works for you, that you have a utility for. That way, you're able to help other people pay it forward. And this is the way, ladies and gentlemen, that you save your soul. By taking the talents, just as the true and living God wrote in his Bible, taking the talents that were bestowed to you and multiplying them. Not just trying to save them, where Jesus told his disciples that the Lord scolded the person that saved his talents, but multiplying them, putting them to use, right? And you'll be able to qualify for even more positions, such as the digital marketing manager at Forge, a subsidiary of Animoca Brands. Forge delivers leading Web3 products and technologies that create unique fan experiences for creators. The job description, the overall purpose of this role, to activate and manage Forge digital channels, communities, and campaigns to promote the Forge brand. This is for Forge. This is the Web3 marketing lead at Prepo. These are all Web3, but everybody needs web marketing. And remember, the highest paid people on the planet are the people that have always sold something, right? That's why I always told you. I never told you to sell something just to get grants. I told you so you can be autonomous, so you can do whatever it is you want to do with your life. Community manager, Cardinal. You may have heard of Ada, Cardinal, experienced. Now, the beginning. See, the beauty of this is that once you know how to build community, once you have an audience of fans, of friends, then you can go ahead and interact with them. And then once you have something to sell, right? Ideally, you do that once you've nurtured the community enough so that they know that you've been transparent and you've helped them. You've been as selfless as possible, ensuring that they achieve their objectives. Then when you have an offer, when you have a mission to support, everybody will get behind you. Here's the cover letter. Dear Ethereum, I was challenged by your recent ad regarding an opening for a community lead, which lists experience, education, and specific requirements that closely parallel those I have to offer. I am an enthusiastic, organized, and proactive Ethereum enthusiast who is passionate about open source collaboration, decentralization, and the success of Ethereum. I have 5 years of program management and customer success experience in blockchain, cryptocurrency, and distributed ledger technologies, DLTs, that have prepared me to excel as a community lead. I have a track record of successful community engagement initiatives such as running discords, moderating Reddit threads, managing open source projects. Now, you don't want to take this word for word and send it out to Ethereum. You want to start to develop some skills to do this stuff if you've never done it, or go ahead and determine what are the skills that you have used as a professional or as an amateur that you can incorporate as experience that you list as bullets or parts of this cover letter, structured in a similar fashion. So, and you see right here, if you look at it, track record of building communities, excellent writing and communication skills. You're passionate about the Ethereum ecosystem and have the readiness to learn. Watch the video until the end because I'm going to tell you how to access those marketing materials. Experience in an agile work environment as well as remote asynchronous work. I believe I wrote that right in the cover letter. Look, I am highly experienced in an agile work environment as well as remote asynchronous work. I also have extensive skills in collaborating multiple internal and external stakeholders to achieve shared goals, yada, yada, yada. And packaged with that, you will also send your resume. Career objective, community lead role with the ability to leverage my 5-year track record as a community manager to improve a blockchain project with global and sustainable utility. Summary of qualifications, 5 years of being the face of communities I have managed on Reddit and Discord, knowledgeable on Ethereum's mission, utility, and potential to become the most held and impactful cryptocurrency in the universe. And as you can see, that's what they want. Look, here is the contact information to go ahead and apply for this thing, and you have everything right here. And then you go into the experience. The experience, you have to always remember, you always want to show how you have saved or made an organization money, or how you have resolved that organization's problems. And we solve multiple problems. You want to quantify how you do that. Moderated over 500 posts as a Reddit moderator and comments each month on one of the most popular science-oriented subreddits. Helped grow a brand new subreddit from 0 to over 100,000 subscribers in 8 months. Responded to over 20 questions and comments a day on a Reddit Discord server. Discord experience, Reddit experience. YouTube finance vlogger. This goes into some of my experience here. Funded $2 million in PPP grants for small business owners nationwide. Helped fund over $10 million in EIDL grants for small business owners nationwide. Facilitated over $100,000 in grants for small business owners. Built a community of millions of entrepreneurs, helping them secure funding for their organizations and ideas. The Facebook chatbot creator experience lists additional experience that I've had. Building community, go ahead and build it. Listen, the way that I started working as a digital marketer, because as I told you before, digital marketing skills are applicable across anything that you want to do. So I took a sales job selling tickets to the Donald Trump Think Big Expo in Minneapolis. And I was having people call me. I was supposed to be cold calling people. People are calling me. Why? Because I set up a blog, the Donald Trump Think Big Expo blog, and I was documenting everything that I was going through. Then I had people just calling me. I would respond to comments on the internet, and I'd include a link pointing back to my blog. I also created a Craigslist post, ways to have people visit the blog and see what exactly I was selling, what was my offer, and people were hopping on it. And I used that blog to go ahead and promote the next event that I collaborated with the Donald Trump organization, and bang, Then I got into it. That's how I started building my portfolio little by little. And I started getting wins back to back to back. As I got a win, I started to build out my resume. And you will have access to this as long as you watch this to the end, and I will show you how to access this. Look, incorporated 1,216 comment guards that broadcasted a message once a user left, and here are additional skills: fluent in Spanish and English, thoroughly familiar and proficient with multiple social websites and applications, Discord, Slack, Twitter, 100 square foot office space exclusively dedicated to provide a distraction-free environment while working remotely, excellent writing and interpersonal skills, all of the abilities that they require. Now, one of the key things is that they want you to be able to work with decentralized, autonomous organizations. So these are things that you want to learn. You want to learn this stuff. Even if you don't land this job, if you don't have enough skills that you could say, all right, I may not be the most ideal candidate. Sometimes they'll create a job for you, perhaps an internship, something where you could learn. Now, here are some decentralized autonomous organizations. The DAO, a DAO supporting the blockchain ecosystem. What is the DAO? To tell you, one of the most promising applications of Ethereum is the Decentralized Autonomous Organization, also known as a DAO. This is a blockchain project built on Ethereum. The DAO was organized in the spirit of the DAO as a member-directed venture capital fund organized in the United States with an aim to be compliant with U.S. law, yada, yada, yada. You learn about this stuff. We're building a Web3 city of the future. This is City DAO. City DAO's mission is to build an on-chain community-governed crypto city of the future. Pub DAO, who we are and where we are going, our mission and problem and our proposed solution, the solution, our community tools. I've gone ahead and listed these resources on the crypto tab over here. So you go to the crypto tab and you got these resources right here. Learn about these technologies as much as possible, because that is exactly how I have been able to accomplish anything that I have wanted to execute. And you can access all of these free, yes, free resources, absolutely for free. Did I say free? By subscribing to our newsletter at bit.ly/NeilRod. Watch the video you see on the screen right now so you can access, without paying me a dime, more resources that I encounter that will teach you how to become anything that you want to be.